Welcome back to West Texas View.
Before the break, we were talking again about breastfeeding and then going into the formula and feeding, and introducing juice and water. And now I had a lot of questions about lactose intolerance.
Usually lactose intolerance is not true for babies. It usually starts by the age of 4 and above. What babies have is called milk protein intolerance or milk protein allergy. And when they have this, they cannot digest this protein, and as a result of which the belly acts off and they have blood in stools. Apparently baby doesn't cry or scream, but the blood is always mixed with stool. So this is one condition parents need to look in for. Now, is it very common? I have seen a few cases, but I cannot say it's not very uncommon. And do we have any solution for this? Yes, we do. There's a special formula which is pre-digested. There are different brands of the formula which actually digest it for you so that the baby's stomach doesn't have to go through a process of digesting. Oh. So thus the process of digestion is a problem for the baby, which creates the blood. So it's already digested, so baby gets this formula and then the problem is solved. Now again, when does this problem end? It depends on an individual. So an individual point of view, baby can get out of it at 6 months, 12 months, 18, or even later. But the baby continues after 1 year, then that will need an evaluation and a thorough workup.
So tell me, when is the normal time or the average time that a child is ready to give up breastfeeding and go to formulas, and does that make any difference in how they adjust to a formula?
Right. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends to give exclusive breastfeeding up until 6 months. Exclusive meaning nothing but the breast milk. Now again, you can start adding supplements like cereal or juices after 6 months. And the mom can continue if she can, if her condition allows her to continue up until 1 year of age. And after 1 year, it's again up to the discretion of the mom and the baby if they want to continue it. Because most of the moms stop it and they switch to regular milk. And again, the Academy of Pediatrics states to introduce the regular milk at 1 year of age and not before the first birthday. So it's up to the mom. So the time to give away breastfeeding is up to her from 6 months to 1 year. If she cannot make it up because of her work or other conditions, it's okay. You can supplement with formula. But exclusive breastfeeding is up until 6 months.
So does it seem that a lot of the problems with intolerance might be related to giving up breastfeeding too early?
The intolerance problem is this problem from the get-go. It is not from the breastfeeding.
Okay.
It's an entirely different thing. But again, when we talked about obesity and overweight last time, and then breastfeeding will prevent that. So if you want to continue your child to be slim and healthy, then I guess you should continue breastfeeding, which is also important for the moms because I guess even they lose their pre-pregnancy weight when they continue to lactate.
That's interesting.
That is.
That ought to be a motivation because a lot of mothers say, oh, I don't want to fool with that.
Right. So this is one of the perks that we offer the moms, that you would look back like your pre-pregnant days.
Well, when you start a child on regular milk and when you start a child on the formula, on the oatmeal and baby food, do you have any suggestions of what to watch for during this period?
Yes, Johnny, I would definitely say so. There are 2 different ages that American Academy of Pediatrics clearly delineates. If the baby is getting overweight with formula, like the mom is feeding them every 2 hours 6 ounces and the baby is going out of track, like we cannot even chart them on the plot, we would recommend them to start the formula, the cereal, at 4 months of age, after their 4th complete month. So
to fill up their stomach with that instead of
So
milk.
4 months of exclusive milk, and then we can add these supplements like cereal and the juice. Juice definitely not before the age of 6 months. I would not recommend because in our current population we see a lot of overweight and obesity. So I would say not to start.
I can't imagine at 4 months being overweight.
We have, I think we have had a baby who was 4.5 or 3.5 months, somewhere in between 4 months, and was 20 pounds, almost the weight of 1 year old. So that's how the mom was feeding tremendously. And he says, she always complains that he's hungry all the time. I do understand babies are hungry, and they actually have a habit of feeding them every time they cry. So please do not do that. And babies cry for multiple reasons. If they are tired, they are sleepy, they have a wet diaper, they want to convey something to the mom just to hold him. All these things are the way of communication of a baby. So please don't go ahead. Every time the baby cries, put in a bottle. That's not the answer.
But it may be because the mother just develops extra milk and she's just
Yes, yes, that could be
Want
one
to
reason
get
too.
rid of
But
it.
again, breastfeeding, no matter how much and how long you give it, you don't gain so much weight as opposed to a formula. So again, that will control because that's all natural and that's hormonally controlled. So usually we encourage the moms to continue breastfeeding. I mean, if you see that he's going beyond the graph, it's okay because after 6 months, baby will fall off the chart. So it's always safe to breastfeed.
So would an obese baby need the pacifier earlier so that they...
It's not the question of pacifier. It's the question of how you give this. It's all about satiety of the baby. So if the baby is really hungry and you have to satisfy the baby, you can start the cereal and you can start the solid food. But again, not before 4 months. The reason behind that being, up until 3 months, the baby do not have a good neck control. So it's usually give them a benefit of about 1 month. And if they cannot control their neck, there's a possibility that they aspirate and they choke. So we don't encourage solids before that. And when I tell my moms about cereal, she says, yeah, I already give cereal because I put it in the bottle. It's a big no. No cereal in the bottle. Cereal should always be in a cup. You mix it with a little formula or a little bit of water and then offer them with a spoon because you are teaching your baby how to not choke on your own solid food. So it's a way of introducing a new development. So that's how you start solids.
And you know, in the good old days, they said, oh, having babies and taking care of babies come naturally. But that's a lie. and we need all of these instructions.
We do,
and
especially
since
we
don't, and we don't live close to our grandmothers and our mothers anymore, and so
we don't live with our teachers anymore. So yes,
right.
the pediatricians are the teachers now, and please take our help. Yeah.
That's right. And that's why we're so grateful for you to come. I want us to take a minute now to go back though and talk about the relationship between you and Texas Tech University Health Science Center. So not only are you a practicing physician, but you're also a teacher in the medical school, and you help the new doctors that are coming in. But then Texas Tech has its own clinic.
Right.
And the stable of doctors that go from OBGYNs to geriatric medicine.
Correct.
So all of these things are available. And one of the good things about having a Texas Tech University Health Science Center in our West Texas area is that it really serves all people and is available. So the accessibility, be sure and call this number that you have on the screen if you're looking for a doctor, because you can find one through there. We're going to have to say goodbye to Dr. Cola today, but we're going to see her again next Sunday, and she's got a whole list of things that has been asked, and we'll talk to you then. See you then.
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB-TV and KWES-TV.